Hi, before this video you should have already watched my other video on the efficient market hypothesis basic. Hello and welcome back again to MBAbullshit.com. So our topic for this video is efficient market hypothesis, or EMH, and share or stock price movements based on expectations. Remember, you can always go back to MBAbullshit.com. Alright, so first off, I'd like to recall what we discussed in my first basic video regarding basic stock investing. And remember, it was a function of good news versus bad news. When there's good news, such as a good sales report, then the stock price is expected to go up. When there's bad news, such as a bad sales report, then the stock price of a company, of this company, is expected to go down. Alright? That's in basic stock investing, or classical theoretical stock investing. And however, okay, this part of the efficient market hypothesis is about how share and stock prices move up and down in a stock market, not necessarily because of good news or bad news. The story. Let's pretend that you were a little brat with no candy. Alright? And your grandma says that she'll visit you tomorrow. Your brother and sister say, "Wow, grandma will surely give you 5 candy bars when she visits tomorrow." Now let's turn the story around. You're a little boy with 5 candy bars. A big bully says, "You better bring 5 chocolate bars to give to me tomorrow, or I'll knock your head off." At this point, you feel sad because you expect very bad news tomorrow. So it's actually a similar thing with strong market efficiency or with perfect market efficiency. Remember, we have 3 basic types of market efficiency: strong market efficiency, semi-strong market efficiency, and weak market efficiency. In a case where we have strong market efficiency, it's very similar to these past 2 cases. The prices of shares and stocks move up and down, not really because of good news or bad news. Or more concrete example, Google Corporation last year. Now this is just an example. I don't know how much Google earned. All right. Let's say that Google Corporation last year reported a $7 billion profit. Pretty good. And this year, everyone is expecting Google Corporation to report a huge $20 billion profit at the end of this year. However, here's a big word of caution. Some professors, now this is really important, okay? Very important. Be very cautious about this. Some professors in the exams might only ask for one movement, or ask you for the movement, or for the movement. Alright, so you might be wondering, which movement are they talking about? The first movement or the second movement? Because we talked about 2 movements. My professor in the exam only asked for the movement. Okay, in this case, your professor is probably, now of course, you should read the exam question well, but in most cases, your professor is actually talking about the second movement, not the first movement. So now you might ask, why do I need to learn 2 movements if my professor will only ask for the second movement? Well, that's because you need to understand the first movement first before you can properly predict the second movement after the announcement. That's actually quite easy. And for that, I'm going to show you. Okay, now here's a very easy part and very important part as well. I'm going to show you the 11 common situations the 11 situations which determine whether the stock prices go up and down, or down and down, or up and up. Now, these are actually very simple and easy situations, and it's very easy to understand it. I'm going to show you how the stock moves in each of these 11 situations. Now, you might say, oh my God, 11 situations. How will I memorize all of that? Now, instead of memorizing, it's better to understand why they move this way or that way. And don't worry, I will explain it to you step by step so you'll have an easier time understanding.